Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Toad, and today I'm going to talk about a spiritual ultimatum, which is basically, it can be summed up by integration or integration, which basically means integrating into this incarnation and the third dimension, or integrating from it and operating as your higher self in a lower dimension. Okay? So before I explain that, I have to explain Christ consciousness though. Basically, Christ consciousness is free will. If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. You can't get away from free will. You'll always have it. If someone tells you you have to make this choice, you still have the opportunity to make another choice, even if they threaten to kill you for it. You'll incarnate again. Okay, I'm not saying that's a good idea, but you still have made a choice. So basically, Christ consciousness is the realization that everything is free will. Everything comes from free will. That's why things happen, okay? So, hang on, I gotta pause this and think about how to explain that. I'm talking about a very specific scenario regarding free will, and you find it in New Age spirituality. New Age spirituality. The word doesn't even really make sense, does it? Anyway, so you find it in New Age spirituality, and basically it's this: you can integrate or integrate. Okay, so you're either going to operate from your higher self in a lower dimension, or you're going to operate from your lower self, guided by your higher self, okay? That's basically the ultimatum, and it doesn't really make sense, but they're both kind of interlinked, okay? And I'll explain that. Basically, you can choose to integrate from the universe and exit it completely. That's called ascension. And then you can choose to integrate into a different timeline of the same life. If you choose. You can do anything you want, okay? Everything is still free will. Now, integration is kind of similar, except different. Because integration is basically, you become absorbed in this life, and you learn from it. And those experiences go to your higher self, and therefore your higher self has successfully had an experience, which is the entire goal of any human having a life purpose. It's for your higher self to have an experience. So you experience something. So you can either choose to bail out and kind of do something else, like jump from level to level, and that's okay. Or you can complete the level entirely and go for 100%, or get every point you can, and that's okay. Or you can use both. For example, you can be integrated into this life and complete your life purpose, okay? And before you die, you can integrate from this universe, exit, and integrate into another universe and complete your life purpose again and on an alternate timeline or a different incarnation. So you don't, in reality, you don't actually have to experience physical death. It's not necessary to reincarnate. You can just integrate to integrate. It's fairly obvious. To exit, you can exit. Okay? To enter, you can enter. So it's fairly obvious. But it's best to use both, kind of. Basically, it's like this. It's good to be integrated into this life and keep a firm grasp on why you're here and what your purpose is and why you're trying to achieve it, because your higher self wants to have an experience, right? So you need to try to fulfill that experience. But also, you can also integrate and integrate at the same time. So it's kind of like having one foot in the door and one foot out of it, and having the door closed. except we're talking about spirituality here, so it doesn't have to make physical sense. Yeah. Basically, you can integrate into this life completely, okay? Completely. And fulfill your life purpose. And keep a high vibration while doing so, okay? And also, in your mind and in your soul, your heart brain, you can also still have a firm grasp not on the universe, okay? So, what that means is that even though you're integrated into this life, you still would be capable of exiting it and entering a new one, if you wished, okay? And then popping right back. So you could, okay, this is you. You're here and you're here. This is your ego, this is your heart, okay? You could have the ability to pop out of this universe after, if you wanted to, while still being integrated. Pop into a different universe while still being integrated, and integrate into two universes, splitting your consciousness in half, and integrate back into this universe. That's possible, okay? A lot of things are possible that don't make sense. Okay. So, yeah. That's basically the ultimatum. Basically, the ultimatum doesn't exist. It doesn't exist at all. Because you can be integrated and integrated at the same time. Like, kind of a long straw in a cup. It's in the cup and out of the cup at the same time. It's the same deal. So, yeah. I think I'm actually going to change the title of this video. This is going to be a Let's Talk About Stuff video. So, I'm going to think of something else, too. Okay, so, I'm going to talk about something. And basically, that thing is the idea of something resonating with you or not. Okay, resonation means one thing. It means that something operates on the same level that you vibrate. Okay? That's exactly what it means. It just is on the same level as you. Is that always a good thing, though? Because if you're on a low vibration, you're going to resonate with low vibrational things. Therefore, if you're in an extremely low vibration with shadows in your mind from your childhood, then it might resonate with you to kill someone. Is that a good idea, though? Because are you spiritually evolving in any way by doing that? Right? Okay? So, resonation is a joke sometimes. Because it can be a way of avoiding any evolution. So basically, what I'm going to talk about is people, I tried making sentences there and the sentences died as soon as I started saying them. Hang on, I gotta think of how to word this. Okay, I know how to word saying this. Basically, you probably, if you're trying to evolve spiritually, you probably shouldn't be using resonation as a way of not doing anything in the direction of evolution. For example, if you want to start a routine, like meditating every day, when you wake up in the morning, before you eat breakfast, okay? And then doing some kind of energy practices like manipulating with chi energy or something. Or witnessing the vibration of an object with your third eye. If you want to start a routine, this is the specific thing I'm talking about right now. If you want to start a routine to train yourself spiritually, to do magical type things, okay? Let me explain something. The word magic, the root word of magic, comes from imagination. Okay, well, technically it comes from magi, and the root word of that is imagine. Okay, imagine. The thing that creates your imagination is your third eye. That's where the source energy comes into your physical brain. Okay? And magic is basically saying of the imagination, except everything of the imagination is real on a different plane, on the ethereal plane. Therefore, when you say something is magic, you're saying that it is ethereal, okay? So, when you're doing works of magic, you're doing works of ether. You're doing things spiritually. That's what that word means. So there are a lot of messed up systems of that, which involve being on a very low vibration and calling low vibrational spirits. That's not what I'm talking about when I use that word. I mean the word as the word means itself, okay? So, with that out of the way, if you want to start a routine to have some kind of magical abilities or something, or psychic abilities, or seeing with your third eye, or having telekinesis, and you want to practice every day, but then you just decide, it doesn't resonate with me, I don't feel like doing it, then you're never going to evolve to be able to do what you want to do. When in the very first place, it was your higher self calling you to learn how to do that. And when that happens, that means that you literally walked yourself right in a circle, okay? Directly in a circle. Because literally, you said, you know what, it resonates with me to learn how to do this amazing ability. But it doesn't resonate with me to learn how to do this amazing ability. Right? So that doesn't even make sense. So, yeah, if you want to start something, you have to stick to it. You have to actually stick to it. You can't give up as soon as your ego wants to give up. And your ego is, most of the time, the thing that things resonate with. Okay, that's just your vibration. So, I might talk about something else. Let me pause the video. I farted. I just realized something. When I make Let's Talk About Stuff videos, I'm literally making less videos that way. Because I could take the topics in the videos and spread them out more. So, I think I'm going to make less Let's Talk About Stuff videos and more specific videos now. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. Killer Toad, leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Goodbye. Subscribe. And also comment.